Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So today I am bringing you a video that you guys have requested for quite a while, which is a brand overview of Elate cosmetics. And I'm so excited to be bringing you this video because one of the reasons you've been asking about Elate and one of the reasons I've been wanting to try out Elate is because they are one of the more sustainable brands in non-toxic beauty. They definitely think about sustainability with their packaging. They use bamboo packaging for a lot of their products. They also have a lot of refillable products as well, and they use glass for their other products, for instance, like their foundations. So I have been curious about the brand for quite a while, and I actually reached out to Elate and told them I wanted to do this video, and they kindly gifted me these products. So I was sent these products, but you guys know I always give my honest opinion regardless of whether I'm sent something or not. I will tell you my thoughts on the products. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is giving you an overview of the products that I've tried out, showing you demos of me applying them and using them, and really just give you my thoughts. Overall, I do want to say that I really applaud Elate for not only having safe ingredients, but also thinking about sustainability. I really am trying in my life to be more sustainable. I'm trying to be conscious about things I'm purchasing, especially one of the main areas I've been thinking about recently has been, of course, fashion. I enjoy clothing, as many people do, and I'm just trying to make smarter choices about that, but I also like to be able to do that in my cosmetic products when possible, which Elate does allow me to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into this video. So the first product I'm going to be talking about is their foundation. So I have the Refresh Tint foundation, and there are two foundations from Elate. This one is a little bit lighter in coverage. The reason that I selected this foundation over the other foundation that they have is because this one doesn't contain coconut oil. If I remember properly, the other foundation did. Not only does this foundation have more non-toxic ingredients, it is also vegan as well. Many of the Elate products are vegan, which is really cool. So I should also mention I have the shade RW1, which is the lightest shade of this foundation. And that's a little bit where my problem starts, is this is not a good shade match, and the overall range of foundations is not that great. So this one is definitely a bit warm toned on my skin. I mean, it is R1, so it is a warm foundation, but there was not really an RN one that I felt would work well for me, because I think the lightest neutral undertone was light, whereas this one was a warm fair. So that was kind of the best option I had. Overall, I think the shade range could definitely use some expanding. Not my favorite in terms of shade. And coverage, it is super light coverage, and that you will see as well when I'm applying it. I do use a brush to apply it just to get as much coverage as I can out of it, but it really more or less just evens out my skin tone and doesn't really add any additional coverage, which is how I can get away with the shade working, is because the coverage is so sheer that the shade isn't really that problematic. If it were more of a full coverage foundation, this shade would probably not work for me. When you go into this, you have to just know that it is not full coverage. If you want a foundation that just kind of evens out your skin tone and that's about it, this is a good option. But if you really want to conceal, for instance, acne spots, this is not it. The foundation itself is really lightweight, which I really appreciate. Like, I don't feel it sitting on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It also looks really nice on my skin, and that also might be just because the coverage is so sheer. Like, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look heavy on my skin, it doesn't really look like I'm wearing a foundation. Though sometimes I wish I looked a little bit more like I was wearing a foundation, especially when I have some acne spots I want to cover up. But overall, in that regard, it's good. It is very much a kind of skin-like finish. It's not dewy and it's not matte. It's just a very comfortable, natural finish to the foundation, which works really well on my oily skin. As I always say, I have oily skin, and This foundation does wear pretty well on me throughout the day. I wouldn't say it's the most long wearing foundation, but it definitely doesn't break apart or look splotchy. And that is probably partly due to the fact that it is a more sheer coverage foundation, which, you know, there's not a lot to see. So there's not a lot, if it starts breaking apart, to be noticeable either. I do always go ahead and set this foundation with a powder. I always say this, but right now I'm using the Clove and Hallow pressed powder foundation as my setting powder. And when I do all that, I can get the coverage up to a level where I like it, and it also stays in place throughout the day. So I wouldn't say this is like my favorite foundation. I definitely have found other ones I like with a little bit more coverage and also with a better shade match for me, but overall it's pretty good. You just have to go into it knowing that it's not going to be a full coverage foundation. I have tried out their concealer in the past. I don't currently have it with me. I received a sample in the Petit Bour box, and I did like their concealer. Their shade Fair in the concealer is fair enough for me in that it actually brightens under my eyes. So I did like that. I do remember the coverage of it being pretty good. It was a product I definitely liked. I just didn't get it this time around. So it was good. I just don't have it currently to show you. So moving along to blush. I picked up two blushes, and I'm going to show and talk about both of them, but I'm only going to show you a demo of one because I only have one face. And the first one I'm going to talk about is their cream blush. So but all their blushes and kind of like pan products come in this packaging. This is bamboo, and it like swivels open like this. And then on the back here is actually a mirror, which I think is kind of cool. I think it's nifty packaging because normally you see compacts that kind of open like this. I just think this is a really cute design, and of course we love the sustainability of this packaging. And the other thing that makes it even more sustainable is the fact that when you are done with the pan, you can pop the pan out, pop a new one in, and you don't have to discard this external packaging. So I have the cream blush in the shade Love, which is this really pretty pink. This is a universal cream product. I've actually had this before. I had it in the old like cardboard packaging that Elate used to have. If you remember back like a year or two ago, instead of using bamboo, they were using like this cardboard packaging. And honestly, I think this was the first cream blush I had in Non-Toxic Beauty, and I think it's what started my entire obsession with cream blushes. I absolutely love this. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. It's a really good cream blush formula. It's quite pigmented, but it blends out easily. It wears really well on your cheeks. It's actually been a couple hours since I filmed the first part of this video, and I'm sitting down now. I was doing some work, and then I had lunch, and then my husband and I went to the bank, and then we got bubble tea. So it's been a little while since I first filmed the first part of this video. So it's still on. I haven't touched it up at all, so that gives you a good indication that it wears really well on my oily skin. What I typically like to do, as I do with most cream blushes, is I do go ahead and apply it with my fingers and then blend it out with my fingers as well. You can build up the color or sheer it out depending on what you prefer. So I really do like this cream blush. Like I said, I liked it before. The only reason I decluttered it was because it did dry out, and that's the only concern I have, and I honestly won't be able to give an answer to this question for quite a while, which is whether or not it will dry out. That's my only concern with this packaging, is it's not an airtight seal, and so I do worry that as a cream product it may in fact dry out. I don't know. I will keep you updated though if that does happen, but so far I really like it. I do also want to say that I did have one of their cream highlighters at one point in their original cardboard packaging, and honestly, as much as I like the blush, I didn't like the cream highlighter. I just didn't find that it did much for me. It wasn't that light reflecting. It wasn't one of my favorite products. That's why I didn't request for that this time. I knew from the last time I tried it that I really wasn't a fan. So if you were to go with a cream like cheek product from Elate, I would definitely go with the blush and skip the highlight personally. The other blush that I have is one of their pressed blushes, and I have this one in the shade Brave, which is this blush shade that you guys probably know that I am like obsessed with at the moment, which is this kind of like mauve-y, brown, pink. Like this is the color that I think looks excellent on me. So I don't have it on at the moment, but I really love this. This is another really good blush formula. It is quite pigmented, but it's still easy to blend out. It's easy to work with. It stays in place all day. It's a really good powdered blush formula. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I really like it. If you prefer a cream blush, try their cream blush. If you prefer a powdered blush, try their powdered blush. They're both really good. And once again, this is the same packaging as the cream blush, and the pan is refillable as well. The final two products I have to share with you are both lip products. The first one is a lip gloss. This is the lip gloss in the shade Exposed, which is this really pretty kind of nude pink shade. It does have a doe foot applicator, so pretty much just traditional lip gloss packaging. I'll go ahead and swatch the shade and show you a clip of me wearing this shade. I really do like this lip gloss. I think the color is really pretty. It's a perfect kind of nude pink shade. It looks like your lips, but better, which is really hard for me to find. Typically I find most lip glosses are either like too pink or too nude or too orange, and this one is just a really good shade. As you can see, there's definitely pigmentation to it. It's not the most pigmented lip gloss, but it's also not the most sheer lip gloss. It does add enough color to your lips that I really like that about it. It's not sticky at all. It is more of a slippery lip gloss formula. It feels almost more oily than it does sticky. So that's kind of interesting, but I like that. The only con with that is it's not the most long wearing formula. Typically lip glosses that are a little bit stickier tend to stick around a bit longer. That's just kind of how it is, but I do really like it. My main criteria for lip glosses is actually adding color to my lips, which this one does, and also to stay around a decent amount of time, and this one does, but it is obviously a product that you would need to throw in your bag and touch up throughout the day. But I really do like this, and I think the color is really great if you're looking for that perfect like nude shade, but you want a little bit of color. You don't want it to be like you have no lips, but you want your lips to be like a nude color, but not too much. This is a great option. Okay, and then the final lip product is a lipstick. I absolutely love the packaging of this lipstick. It's a bullet, but it's got a bamboo top and bottom. I just think this packaging is so pretty. And I have the shade Adore, which I'm wearing right now. I'm gonna swatch it here. I thought, and this is like, it's not my fault, it's just kind of confusing. Look at the shade. I'm trying to put these two next to each other so you can see what I'm talking about. Look at the shade of the lipstick in the bullet and then what it's swatched. It's a lot lighter swatch than it is in the bullet, which threw me a little bit when I got it, because I actually thought at first I got the wrong color. But then I figured out, no, I do have the right color. It just looks way different in the bullet than it does actually swatched, which when I was purchasing it was a bit tricky because they just show you the lipstick in the bullet as the picture and don't show it swatched. So I thought I was getting like this kind of deep, kind of more purpley shade that'd be really awesome for fall, and I got this shade, which is really pretty. It's like a purpley pink. It's definitely a good shade for fall. It's just a little bit lighter than what I thought it was going to be. I am really surprised that I love this lipstick. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but this lipstick is more like a lip balm in terms of consistency rather than a lipstick. Like, it is so hydrating and so comfortable, and it feels like kind of slippery on your lips like a lip balm, but it's super pigmented and it sticks around for a surprising amount of time given how slippery it feels. But I can tell you one thing, which is that throughout the fall and winter, as my lips are really dry because it's cold and windy outside, this is going to be a lifesaver because it's basically a lip balm that's also a lipstick. Like, what more could you ask for in a lip product? The only con I have to say about this, other than the fact that it's kind of hard to figure out what the shade actually is, because the shade in the bullet looks different than the shade actually applied, is that the scent is a little funny. I don't know how to describe the scent of this. It's kind of a little vanilla-ish. It's just not my favorite scent, and I can smell it when I apply it, but it does fade pretty quickly. Like, once I get it on, it's been on for a minute, like I don't smell it anymore. So like, I've had the lipstick on for a little while now, don't smell it. But if I open up the bullet and like smell the lipstick, I can definitely smell it. So that's the only con. But I really do like it. And I mean, you can see on the swatch, it's not a perfectly pigmented lipstick. Like it's not as pigmented as the Elate Color Block lipsticks or the Red Apple lipsticks, but it is quite pigmented. Like the color is definitely there and it's not sheer on your lips. So I really, really like that. I really like this lipstick. Like this is very high on my list of favorite products. I probably have a slight preference for the cream blush over the powder just because I prefer cream blushes over powders, period. And I really do like the lip gloss as well. The foundation, like I said, it wears well. It's just not my favorite because I personally prefer something with a little bit more coverage, and it would just be nice if the shade was a little bit of a better match for me. But overall, I am really impressed with the Elate Cosmetics line. I especially appreciate that they are a more sustainable brand and they're thinking about their packaging and not just their ingredients, and also that there are a lot of vegan options in the Elate line. I don't remember off the top of my head which of all these products are vegan. Actually, if you guys didn't know this, in all my videos, I always list down in the description box down below all the products I talk about, so if you want to shop them, you can. But I also go through and list which ones are vegan and which ones are not. They're all cruelty-free because all the products I use are cruelty-free, but I do specifically mention whether a product is vegan or not. That way, if you are vegan or shopping vegan products, that makes it easier for you guys as well. So I hope you take advantage of that feature, because sometimes it takes me a little while to track down whether a product is vegan or not, because some websites tell you, some websites don't. Sometimes I have to go to like the brand's own website to figure it out. But anyway, I hope you found that helpful because, like I said, it does take some work, but I think it is good in the long run. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I was thinking about this too the other day, that I would like to hit 3,000 subscribers. We're really close. We're at like 27 something, nearly 2,800. And honestly, my goal is by the end of the year to hit 3,000. I don't think it's unreasonable. I think we can do it. So if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I was thinking about this too. If you know someone in your life who would be interested in watching my channel and doesn't, tell them about my channel. Also, if you have someone in your life, a friend, a family member who you would like to get into non-toxic beauty and would like to provide them with a resource, also recommend my channel, because honestly, if every one of you recommended my channel, we would hit 3,000 in like a day. If all of you recommended my channel to someone that you knew, we would, way surpass 3,000. So go ahead, do that, share my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, and also check out my Instagram. If you want to see more of me, see more of my content, check me out there. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.